Hello, and welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 477. I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I am Leslie, also known as You Won't Call Me Les. Today is March 20th of 2020. We'll go ahead and say in advance that my husband is right over there. He's
6 feet away.
This is a bonus. Yeah, we're social distancing.
We are not.
Yeah. This is a bonus room, and attic access is right over there, and that's where he's got like his server room set up, and something with our home theater system is doing something weird, so he's in there. So there may be some ambient noise. We'll try to keep it down.
So things have changed since the last time we spoke.
They have. Laura and I went to Scotland, and then we're afraid we weren't going to be able to come back.
And this pretty accurate summary of our trip of Scotland as a whole. It started off really, really well, and then it just kind of slowly took a nosedive. I
had to keep telling Laura to stop looking at the news. Laura worries more than me, but I'm also medicated, so it's easier for me not to worry. But yeah, so a lot of things have changed. We are sort of in the, I don't know about middle. I don't know that we're at the middle yet.
No, I don't think we're anywhere near the middle.
But we are, the whole country, the whole world is dealing with COVID-19 and the self-imposed quarantine, social distancing, and how that's affecting every industry there is out there. So
in every life. Yeah. So just, y'all stay safe, wash your hands.
Yes.
Don't touch your face. I always touch my face.
That's the thing that is the hardest for me. Wash my hands, that's fine. Social distancing, baby, I was born to this. But the not touching my face is really hard. And so I know a lot of people have made or are wearing masks just to remind themselves not to touch their face, not for because I know regular non-filtered masks don't help you, don't prevent you from catching COVID-19. They do help slow the spread, but yeah, the not touching your face thing is the hardest for me. Anyway, we'll try to keep this as normal as possible because you already probably read too much bad news. But there will be some discussion of it as we just talk about.
Yeah, and we'll be doing still our Patreon things.
Yep.
We'll probably be doing fail along sometime.
Next week sometime?
Yeah.
Laura is employed by the state. She's a teacher.
I am.
And so right now, the entire state of Mississippi and most of the country, they have shut down schools for at least 30 days. And so Laura's right now technically off.
I'm not off, I'm on call.
Okay, so she could be called in at any point.
I was yesterday for like 8 hours, yeah.
But I'm not. I'm still, my company is the casino industry, is in the casino industry. And even though every single one of our casinos closed as of Wednesday at midnight, I can't imagine what the Las Vegas Strip looks like right now. But even though all of the casinos are, if I'm looking at, we watch ourselves, so we make sure that you guys can see what we're showing.
Yeah.
And now I can see myself going to touch my face. But even though the casinos are shut down, there are a bunch of things that can be done remotely. And so the past few days, I haven't been doing my job at all.
You've been setting up other people to work remotely?
Everybody who's already works remotely has been helping the hundreds of other people get set up remotely. And in the midst of this, we discovered that the primary thing that we use for VPN, virtual private network, will only allow 1,000 concurrent connections. And we have more than that.
Oh.
So they had already started a rollout of an additional product, so it's just an added fun thing. So anyway, Laura may have more knitting or crafting.
I don't know about that. We'll see. I haven't been in the mood to craft a whole lot.
That's okay too.
So I've been doing a lot of napping and a lot of suffer work.
Yeah.
Because our teachers are teaching remotely, including me. And so I've been doing a lot of that stuff. And I've also been hosting Instagram Lives every day at noon on my Instagram, which is LalaKnits. And anyone is welcome to join us. I am set on private mode, so if you want to follow me, I ask that you have something about yarn in your profile, if it's a private profile as well, or knitting, or Ravelry, or something, so I know who you are, so that I know you're not a teenager, basically.
Nothing against teenagers, but she's talking about her students.
Yeah, specifically. So yeah. That's been going on, and that's been lots of fun. Like today, I went through, and you can view lives, even if you can't participate in them, you can view them for 24 hours. So I went through, like, 15 things that I had knit in the last 10 years, and including the sweater, which is curtain call, and my favorite things to wear, and that was lots of fun. So, yeah.
You did some spinning ones, right? Like a core spin
I did do a core spinning one. I didn't bring any spinning to show you guys today because it's all kind of in process. But next time, I foresee quite a bit of spinning. I did 2 spinning ones. I just did one that was basic, like, watch me spin, and then one that was core spinning.
So it was basically you being social while you were spinning.
Yeah. I am more extroverted than Leslie is, so I need some... Also, I don't live with any other human beings. I live with a dog. So, I've been getting my social engagement through Instagram Lives a lot.
And that's good, because Laura doesn't mind doing the social platforming stuff, and I prefer to have nothing to do with it. So,
yep.
Anyway, for normal content, what are you working on?
I just forgot to do a decrease. Give me 1 second, I have to fix 4 stitches. I am working on Lilith by Thea Coleman. It is a sweater that is going to be too warm to wear, probably. Although I think we're supposed to go back down to 40 degrees tomorrow. So,
I mean, that seems about right. It's about 80 today, so...
Yeah. So maybe I'll get to wear it before the season's over. Although, now that I'm in my house a lot, I'm hanging out in sweatpants or yoga pants and t-shirts quite a bit. Alright, so I am knitting on Lilith. I'm trying to figure out which side's the back. Oh, this is the back. So it is a sweater by Thea Coleman. I'm knitting it on size 6 needles.
Down some. There you go. Just so you can see the neck detail.
Yeah, the neck detail is like the coolest thing. It's a cable and lace detail. I'm also going to try to mimic that on the sleeve when I get further towards the cuff. But yeah, I just started the sleeve. I'm hoping to get this sleeve done tonight, maybe? Tonight or tomorrow.
We have Drag Race to watch tonight.
We do have Drag Race to watch. And it's like almost the elbows. I'm doing full-length sleeves on this. So, yeah.
So with that detail that you're going to do from the neck, are you going to do it and then like an inch of stockinette, or are you going to end on that detail?
I'm going to end on that detail. I'm going to go into the ribbing.
Oh, okay.
Because that's after that. Okay. It goes from a 2x2 rib into that detail when you knit it from the top down. So I'm going to take it, take it and go into 2x2. I just need to make sure that the stitch count's correct. And this is out of some old stash, Berko Vintage. I bought this when I was working at Hink of Yarn, so at least like probably 2008 stash, 2009. It was $9 a ball minus my discount because I was unwinding one of the balls earlier.
Yeah, I had the sticker on it.
Yep, I bought 8 total skeins. I just broke into skein 7 for this sleeve, but I still have like probably 3/4 of sleeve of skein.
6.
Yeah, 6 left. I just used that for the ribbing essentially at the bottom. So I still have a good bit left. And that is the no, I'm a liar. That's not the only thing that I'm working on. The other thing that I'm working on is also on size 6s.
Oh yeah.
And it is Albuquerque Sunset.
Now that I know I can't touch my face, I feel like my face is itching constantly.
And it is a Casapinka pattern. You're so funny.
I'm neurotic. I mean.
So, I started this on our trip to Scotland. And I got pretty far. This is all Scotland knitting. So, It uses 2 colors and around 800 yards. And the yarn that I'm using, this is Republic of Wool. These are both skeins that I picked up when we did SKP.
In Portland.
Yep. So Republic of Wool in the Flossy Fingering Unicorn Breath colorway. That's her 7525. She does updates Friday nights. And then, and she's one of my favorites for like cool specklies. And then the other is Bumble Birch in the Wellspring base, and the colorway is Puddle, and this one is 490 yards, not grams, 490 yards of a superwash merino, 100%. Yeah, so I have almost 950. Yeah, I have over 950 yards between the two. So yeah, that's happening. Very slowly, but happening. And it's a really simple pattern. It was great for travel knitting. I have to get to like 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I'm at 19 right now of this section, and then it reverses. Where the Variegated Unicorn Breath becomes the
background.
This, and the blue becomes the other. And then there's one more section and then a lace section after that. So that, hey Neelix, is what I am working on. What are you working on, friend?
So I'm working on the same couple of things that you guys have seen. I'm going to have to like interject some hats or something in between, so I'm going to get super bored. This is Neelix. It's hard to see because of where he is, but...
Come here. This is the one time I will call you.
He's like, I don't trust you.
Yeah, he just walked off.
Because Laura prefers Buffy.
Oh.
Our pit bull mix, and so
that's because you're a jerk. Yes, you're such a jerk.
He's like, I'll still lick you.
I'll pee on you later, lady.
So yeah, I'm working on the same couple things I've been working on.
Alright, you can go see your mommy now.
Okay, you're...
He's just gonna wander around in circles.
Go see daddy. Okay, so I am working on 2 things. One is a sweater.
You've gone far on that.
I really don't feel like I have.
You have. I think you need to put in a stitch marker.
I mean, I think that it's because I have like 600 stitches on the needle, so it takes forever to get through.
Fingering weight, like boxy shape, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I do actually have a progress marker. So my rainbow unicorn.
Is that from Whimsy Stitches?
It is. This is from Whimsy Stitches. Rick in Louisiana.
I watched his live today. He did a live he's doing like Friday at 10 a.m. lives. It was super cute. He did like a tour of his studio. It was really nice, and he did like a comparison of all his bags.
I'm not disinterested in Rick's tour. That sounds fun, but I'll forget what I'm talking about. So, so this is out of Stranded Dye Works. It was the Oasis base. Now I think it's called the Merino Nylon base.
Yep.
In the Ice Skating Party colorway.
And she just did an update tonight.
Oh, did she? Oh yeah, it's Friday. I forgot.
She's doing sock tubes in her updates now.
Yes, I remember we were there when she was cranking some of them. So this was where I was on the 10th, and this is where I am today on the 20th. I create these little paper circles with some Tyvek, and that way I can write on them and remember where I was. So this is, the pattern is called Starboard Rock, which it's kind of a cross between Joji Locatelli's Boxy and Andrea Mowry's Weekender pullovers.
But in fingering weight,
But it is in fingering weight. But I love the Weekender so much, and Boxy so much, so I thought, you know, this should be a good mix of the two. This is living in my fancy new Heidenhammer bag that was a gift from Amy, a late gift for Christmas. This is the red waxed canvas.
I love that. That's
too.
super pretty.
And I love the waxed canvas because it develops sort of a personality as you use it, because the more you use it, the more like you get these sort of crinkle marks in the fabric. and it gets kind of white at the point where it's been folded. So I like it, and it gets worn like an old sweater. Like, it gets more comfortable and more soft and supple with use. So
she just redid her website today.
She did, yeah. I saw that email. So the balls are slightly different in color. One's lighter than the other, but I've been alternating, just like I would with any other hand dye. And that is...
What size needles?
Being knit on 3.75 millimeters, so it's US 5. So that's project number 1. I do not really knit on planes. I just find it's an awkward position, and I wouldn't get anything done anyway. Laura knits a lot. If she's not sleeping or reading, she's knitting. And sometimes even if she's reading, she's knitting.
That's accurate. That's totally accurate.
So, besides that, I worked on shadow lines. This is a Suzanne Summer pattern. It's got 2 different skeins, or 2 different colors of lace weight, and it alternates between garter, stripes, and brioche in single and double 2 colors. So, it's kind of sort of like Goldfish Memory, where you can, just as it gets
That was
boring,
one of the shells that I showed today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one.
So, and this is Living in a Chicken Boots double, I think. Or double zip double, one of the 2. Double is an In-N-Out burger. It is not a bag.
I think it's zip double.
I think it's zip double. She doesn't make them anymore anyway. She doesn't make bags, period.
But she does a really cool
YouTube
sewing
channel
thing called So Live.
SEW.
And she actually just did one for the bag that Leslie showed.
The chicken boots.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Project bag.
Yeah.
That Leslie made for Amy. And yourself, right? Didn't you make one for you?
I haven't made one for me yet. I didn't have time because I was on call. So these are the 2 colors. These are from Triskelion, and it's the Alwyn Fine base. This is My Foxy Darling, and this is Damson. One of our viewers helpfully told me that this Damson is a plum, so now I can remember the plum is
there you go.
Damson. So that is shadow lines. So last time I showed you guys this. It starts with, like most triangular shawls, you start with just a few stitches and you continue increasing. So last time I showed you guys where I was still working on that part. Over the past few days, I've done the second part, which is 2-color brioche.
Oh, wow.
So I finished that. It is not perfect because I found 2 spots where, like right there, where the stitch that I carried over.
Oh, I wouldn't have noticed that at all. Will you be able to, does it bother
I'm not going to
you?
fix it now.
Okay. Well, I was going to say you could probably dupe stitch over it. No one will be able to see it.
There.
Yeah, I kind of can see that, but...
Yeah, but once it's all scrunched up around my neck, nobody's going to know. So
yeah,
I
exactly.
just finished that, and now I'm starting solid, or not solid, but garter stripes between the 2 colors again. I just got to that point last night while we were watching the finale of Project Runway.
Yes.
The person that we both wanted to win did win.
We screamed and Pearl got very upset.
She was like, what's happening?
She was sleeping.
But I just want to give him a big hug. Like,
I liked him a lot.
So anyway, that is the second thing that I'm working on.
I just want to hang out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if any of our knitter friends know the winner of Project Runway, hit us up.
We'll totally just hang.
Yeah. So that's it. That's what I've been working on. I have no finished objects. I have no spinning. I got back to work on Monday and had over 3,000 emails. And so, like, Monday and Tuesday I didn't craft at all. I think Laura came over Tuesday for a little bit, and I did craft while she was here. But aside from that, like, I've just been playing a Mario game and reading and doing nothing, so.
I think sometimes, I've been playing on my old school Nintendo. Sometimes you just need that de-stressor.
Yeah.
That mindless. I've been playing Bubble Bobble. Although I think I'm gonna pick up like the old school Zelda. like playing the old, like the original.
Michael can set you up with an emulator.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, okay.
It's on my Nintendo.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. My
Thank
old
you.
school Nintendo. So is like Dr. Mario.
Mm-hmm. We have that too. Stop.
Alright, I have 4 finished objects.
She's a show off.
Well, all of them were finished before we came back from Scotland. It was like all, yeah. So, I'll show you. So, before we left for Scotland, I had finished
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
the socks. So, these are Cherry Blossom Festival on size 1 in Knit Spin Farm. This is her Targi DK base. And just to show you what an awesome...
It's Sport, right? Not DK.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Sport. What an awesome person Joanna is she sent out an email today to all her Sock and Fiber Club people and was like, hey, if like this is if you've lost your job or income and you need to just like pause, just let me know. And I mean, her farm, the only way that they bring in income is through her fiber sales and then farmers market where they make bread and pasta and stuff like that, and they don't know that the farmers market's going forward
because it's a socialization thing.
Yeah, she and Bill always think of other people first.
They are amazing people.
They are amazing human beings, and she's gonna have an online like farm thing where like Bill's gonna crank stuff, like he cranks tubes.
So it'll be like her podcast.
Yes,
like,
yes.
My eyes are stinging with tears because I loved Joanna's podcast so much because she is just the most real person you will ever meet.
So she's been putting like stuff on Instagram.
Stop making me cry. I'm not supposed to touch my face.
So I love Joanna, and so you'll be able to purchase because Greencastle was canceled. So you'll be able to purchase a lot of her stuff.
Oh, what she had prepared to sell. Okay.
Bats and yarn and whatever else there. So, and she's just one of the many indie vendors who have been affected by fiber cancellations.
Yeah.
So if you have the ability to support some indie dyers, especially indie dyers where their sole income comes from their business, whether it's Whimsy Stitches, Knit Spin Farm, Bumblebee Acres, Leading Men, Two Guys, there's loads more.
Into the World.
Into the World. Yeah, I didn't say them.
I mean, we could sit here and name them for an hour. Like, support your favorite indie dyer if you are capable, because not everyone will be.
And you can always support them by reposting their content, leaving likes, sharing their stuff with other people who are able to purchase things. So we want to be here for the fiber arts community as much as we possibly can. Which is kind of why I'm doing the lives too, because they're free. Everyone who has access to the internet and Instagram has access to them.
It gives people a chance to be social.
It does.
In a safer, like, I say safer, but in a non-physical way.
Yeah. Keeping that 6-foot distance. So these are some socks out of her yarn. These are for me, so I can't wait to put them on. Yeah, I'm excited about these for sure. Now that it's super warm. But it'll be cool again and I can put them on.
Yeah.
And my next pair of socks is actually going to be out of hand spun, but after that I'm going to knit some.
Okay.
More Joanna Springs as well.
Your tongue is not sanitizing. Please go away. Go find Daddy. And
then the other thing that I knit before we left is a snap hat. Did you not see this?
I didn't see it. I remember you talking about it.
So, and you actually knit this inside out and then flip it. And it's a pattern by Tin Can Knits, and you hold multiple strands of sock yarn together. So this has some Leading Men in it. It's got Volmiza in it. It's got Dana of Unwind stuff in it. It's got Barking Dog in it. And a bunch of other stuff.
Barking Dog.
Barking Dog. She's around a long time ago. I don't even know. She's the one who, you know my pattern with the cables.
Socks on a Plane?
Yes.
Oh.
That's out of Barking Dog. She did the Opposites Attract.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
For a while. And then I designed something for her sock club. That's that peachy in there. So yeah, this was loads of fun, and it used up a whole bunch of my scraps, and I'm definitely going to knit another one. I'm going to put a giant pom-pom on this, and this was going to be a present for one of my coworkers. But I kind of said this on my lab. I think I'm going to cast on some like 1 to 2 year old size stuff for my coworkers because I don't know when I'm going to see them next.
Yeah. It's pretty.
So yeah, it was super fun, and I used like this was a lot of scraps.
Did you intentionally pick colors, or did you just pick things out of your bag?
I just picked things at random, really. I tried to do like I changed the colors as they ran out too, so it would kind of be consistent. I tried to do like the bright pink, and then I had 3 brights and 1 like more muted, and then as it goes up it gets more muted because I thought that was kind of fun.
So
like there's a gray in there,
multi-stranded gradient.
yeah, and it was just super fun to knit. And that's a pattern from Tin Can Knits. It's a paid for pattern called Snap Hat, but it's sized from newborn all the way up to adult large.
Yeah, all of Tin Can Knits patterns are sized wonderfully.
Yep, and this was knit on size 7s and 9s. So yeah, I'm super into this. The hardest thing was making sure, I think I missed one right here, making sure that I got all the strands as I was knitting it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Was like the hardest part of it. And then picking out the yarn to begin with. But I am totally gonna, as I knit socks, make some more of these for sure. And then when we went to, I know, so ridiculous. This one's the super large one. When we went to Scotland, I started Sockhead.
With the yarn she had just finished.
Yep, so this yarn, oh, I didn't even put the yarn in there. This is Inglenook Fibers in the Squirrel's Pantry colorway.
So it's hand spun.
And it's hand spun. And so I did the first one, and I cast on a medium because a couple years ago I cast on a large, and it was way too big. Well, this is freaking too big, too. So my head is not quite this big.
It's huge. Like, we need a beautiful woman with huge hair to just be like, rock that. Or like lots of dreads that take up, you know, a lot of space.
Yeah, but I also think that I'm going to felt it down a bit because I don't know anyone like that. Although if you are a person that has like I think it's like 26 inches around though, y'all.
It is. Here, let's measure. Lay it flat.
Well, when you measure it flat, it doesn't like it says it's 22.
Slightly stretched.
Okay.
So slightly stretched like that. So let's just do a slight stretch here. So, oops, sorry, I wasn't even on the edge. So it's about 26 inches around. So if you have big, beautiful, natural hair,
or a 26-inch size head,
or you know, dreads or whatever, that make your head larger, hit Laura up.
Or I might just felt it down. And then I had like a whole, because it was what 590 yards I think is what I spun.
Yards, yeah.
So then I had enough to do the teenager size for me,
and it still turned out slightly
still
large.
Big, but it's like comfy large.
I need to knit you a sock head because I knit tight, and then you can do something for me.
I like this one though.
She's like, yeah, I don't want to do anything for you.
I don't mind doing things for you. You know that. I don't know how many more sock heads I need. I've knit like 6 and none of them
That's
fit
what I'm
correctly.
saying. Like, I knit tightly enough that it would fit.
I could go down to size 1 needles, I think. This isn't on size 3s. But it's just ridiculous.
What?
I knit this on size 3s because when we were traveling, I wanted to have something with interchangeable tips because I think the pattern actually calls for 2.5s. But also my yarn was a little bit thicker than,
I mean, when I knit the one I just knit, which my son immediately stole, I knit it with fingering weight and with, I think it was a size 3.
Yep.
But I usually have to go up, like, because I knit too tight.
And this was more like a sport weight in spots. So yeah, those are my sock head. That's my sock head hat of woe story, but I did knit 600 yards of hand spun. So that was while we were in Scotland.
You were knitting them. Did you finish that one while you were in Scotland or on the plane?
I finished the first one on the plane to Scotland. I finished the other one on the at Amy's house,
that's right,
like a couple of days before we came back. And then I just knit on the shawl the rest of the time while we were there. I kind of wish I had taken a pair of socks, but I'll cast on. I have some.
I could not have fit a single more thing in my luggage.
I had plenty of room. You could have just.
You had an extra bag.
I did. That's why I had so much room.
I had to sit on my bag to zip it to get it closed.
I have to take lots of things. Well, after my luggage got lost that one time, now I always keep, like, a carry-on bag with me that has, like, 2 sets of clothing in it. And I refuse to check knitwear. So, like, this was in that bag. My curtain call, and then my water and stone was also in that bag. And all my
that's
other
a plus
hand
of being in
knits.
Scotland. We got some pictures of us in hand knits.
We did. We got lots of pictures. I'm wearing a jacket in all of them, so you can't see my hand knits because it was quite chilly. But it was loads of fun, and we got to have tea at a castle. We had a good time. It just got, excuse me, a little bit stressful towards the end because we didn't know what was happening. But yeah. So I have several spinning projects in progress, but in process, but no real progress to show. Those 2 words are very similar. So nothing there. I've just been listening to the Patricia Briggs Mercy Thompson series. I'm almost caught up. The new one did release earlier this week, so I'm almost at that point where I'm ready to listen to that next. What are you reading or listening to?
So TJ Klune just put out a new book.
Yeah, I bought it.
I did too. Well, I had pre-ordered it.
I did too.
But I haven't read it yet.
I haven't read it either. I'm saving it for a really terrible day.
So...
It's like House on the Silurian Sea, something like that.
I'm looking. That's not... Why would you do that? Something... House on the Cerulean Sea, yeah.
That's kind of what I just said. The Patricia Briggs I'm reading next is right above it.
I can't remember what genre it is.
It's fantasy?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's like young adults.
No, I don't think so. It's this guy who's over like 6 kids.
Oh, at an orphanage, right?
Yeah. Your screen being cracked is driving me.
I know, it's making me crazy
nuts.
too. I just haven't had time to go on and look. Let's see. Where does it tell what the genre is?
Usually it's under farther down where it's like new release and...
Yeah, but I don't see that here.
Yeah, right there is usually where it is.
Anyway, it's The House on the Cerulean Sea. TJ Klune is one of my absolute favorite fantasy authors. He does primarily male
Yes, it does realistic
fantasy,
fiction,
romance. Yeah, he does do realistic fiction. He also has several characters that are not on the binary spectrum of sexuality, so they might be pansexual or demisexual or asexual or so I enjoy reading his books because I feel like, you know, even though they're fiction, that exposure to other is good for you. Anyway, so I'm not reading that
whole weird windows and mirrors discussion. So when you read, you're either looking in a mirror, like the characters are similar to you, or you're looking through a window at people who are different.
Teacher.
And it's good to do both.
What? The weirdest look on your face. So I've been reading several of the paranormal fantasy genre authors. Sort of, I don't want to say teamed up, but they got together and
is that middle magical midlife madness series? Okay.
Well, it's not just that series, but there are 13 different authors, one of which is K.F. Breen, and that's how I came across it. But it's like paranormal women's romance, so it's a new genre that they're trying to create, and it's more geared towards like 40s age women.
Okay. So I saw the K.F. Breen one, and then I saw another one by a different author that I follow.
I've tried several of the other ones, and they just weren't my cup of tea, but I really like the K.F. Breen one, which is Magical Midlife Madness. If you're on Kindle Unlimited, you can read it for free. I would have paid for it. It was very good. I look forward to the next one in the series. The next book I read was Minor Mage by T. Kingfisher.
Seems familiar, that name.
She writes a lot of coming-of-age fantasy. So, in this particular one, it's a boy who's like 12, and he's a minor mage, and his...
So, like, young adult, middle grade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. His familiar is an armadillo.
Oh, okay.
Guess what the armadillo's name is?
Armadillo.
Armadillo.
You already told me. I didn't have to guess.
and it's funny, and it's, you know, interesting, and it pulls on the heartstrings, and I liked it, so I probably will read more of that author's. I don't even remember how I came across it, because it's not the typical genre that I read, but
maybe Kobe was reading something and that popped it up in your stuff.
And I'm almost finished with Bridge Kingdom, which is also sort of a fantasy romance, male-female. It was okay, but it's kind of dragging towards the end. Like, I already know the things that are going to happen, and so on the trip, I was mostly re-listening to My Dad Wrote a Porno, which is a podcast. It's hilarious. If you find that kind of thing funny, I do. So I started re-listening at like season 2, and now I'm on season 5 because I'm still like, once I start,
there are only 5 seasons.
I can't not finish it. Yeah, they're going to do another one, but it doesn't start until like summer, I think.
They might speed up their process
because they were going to do a world tour. Yeah. But now that's probably not happening or delayed. But I love it. I think I enjoy the friendship between the 3 hosts more than even the story.
Oh, yeah,
because they know each other so well. It's very clear. But I had saved a new Peter Cline's book, it's science fiction, sort of contemporary science fiction, and it's part of the Threshold universe, which I love, which was 14, The Fold, and Dead Moon,
Bobby.
And this is the 4th one.
You are the silliest, Bobby.
And it's called Terminus. And it's sort of Lovecraftian to some degree because it deals with alpha predators and like there's some aspects of Nikola Tesla in there, and it's kind of like steampunky and in some ways, very minor ways, but I love the series a lot. It's probably my all-time favorite science fiction series, and there's really not a lot of sci-fi in it, believe it or not. But I have about 3 hours left of it. I actually didn't listen to it at all while we were on our trip because I was like, on the plane, I was like, if I get really interested in this, then I won't be able to sleep. I couldn't sleep anyway.
Yeah.
And then once we got to Amy's, I was like, well, if I start listening to this, then I'll be antisocial and just listen to this the whole time. So,
I wanted to tell you that instead of Audible, we might want to try out Libro FM, because the proceeds when you buy audiobooks through there, it supports a local bookstore. And it's like 2 cents more than Audible a month.
I'll take a look.
And then they're doing a deal right now. If you purchase 1 month, then you get like a free credit for another book.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll take a look at that after we're done.
I mean, we both read it or listen to enough that we could probably split between
Laura
those
reads
2.
more than she listens, and I'm probably the opposite. I listen a lot more than I read. But yeah, we both just run through stories. So, what else? Other things about the Scotland trip. So we did the Royal Mile.
We did.
We went
up to the castle.
Afternoon tea at the castle.
The castle was super fun.
Yeah.
Did I just decrease or not? This is like the story of my life. I did not.
It's just when you think you're done going uphill, you're not. There's more.
There is a lot of uphill. We went to a very cool bookstore in Edinburgh.
Oh, yeah. Blackwell's?
Yes, they had a huge Dungeons and Dragons section.
They had a lot of games in general, yeah.
And a great
I don't know if it's a chain or what, but it was a really good store. We went to Edinburgh and we went to Glasgow. And in Glasgow we went to Mandor's, which is a fabric store that would have all my money if I lived anywhere near there.
It was nice. I got some buttons from there that were lovely.
It's a little section of yarn and buttons and trims and notions
and some
things.
fat quarters that smelled like chocolate.
They do. And they smell like chocolate for up to 10 washings, apparently.
For Mama Linneman. I got her enough to do like a small quilt.
Yeah.
It was fun. I think I got her like, touching in the face, like 10. 10 fat quarters. So I don't know if she can do anything with 10 fat quarters or not, but
yeah, I'm sure she can.
She'll combine it with other stuff.
If anybody can, it would be Mama Linneman.
I thought it was cute.
Yeah, so we did that. We did a lot of like chilling and eating, and we did fish and chips at that really nice pub
We did.
The last day.
In Leslie.
In Leslie. That was the
we
city.
did a nice walk on the beach.
At,
Fife.
Ravens Craig, maybe? I can't remember.
That was nice.
Yeah.
We did a bunch of really nice stuff, and we got to hang out with Amy and Not My Cat, which was super awesome.
Yeah. We kept meaning to, like, do
we did a knit night.
a dye collaboration, and we didn't get around to it.
We did the knit night, the Ginger Twist knit night, and we went to Ginger Twist store, which was really tiny, but fun.
I am very impressed with how much she manages to fit in that store. And if you're anywhere near Edinburgh, I would say, make the diversion and stop. It was really cool. And then we went to another yarn store in Glasgow, Sealy McWheely.
Yep, outside of Glasgow.
So much color, and
super fun.
The shop owner was so nice.
She was super duper nice, and she does her own and makes her own bats.
And she has a ton of other indies as well. Like, you can tell that she loves the craft.
Yeah, she only did indies.
Tons of indies in the shop. And we'll show some of the stuff we got as we use it.
Yep.
Laura and I are both hardcore using from Stash this year. So
we're trying to.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying we aren't buying things. I'm just saying that
I'm trying to keep an even balance with what comes in and what goes out. So I had enough for 10 skeins to be purchased. Like, from what I had earned, I was negative 10 skeins, and I bought 10 skeins.
Also, Laura's counting any skein as a skein. We're not talking yardage, right? Like,
I'm counting any skein as a skein, but, like, let's say even the bulky skeins I used for that one sweater, like, the bulky skeins I used were 500 yards, so. But I didn't count, like, what was in that, like, Bits and Bob's hat.
Yeah,
I didn't count
those. Skeins, yeah.
But, like, this sweater, if I use all 8 skeins, then I'm going to count 8 skeins.
Yeah. No, I'm not even trying to, like, I just am really focusing. Like, in the past, I've tried to knit from patterns I already owned. And I'm still trying to do that where possible, but I really want to knit from Stash this year. We were talking with Amy while we were in Scotland, and Amy does this great thing when she goes on a trip, is she lays out all the things that she's bought,
yep,
like craft-wise, and then as she tries to use them all before, the next time she does.
She takes a picture and then scribbles out
the things that she's done. So it's a very quick, easy way to know, like, roughly what percentage of the things that you're buying are you using.
Yeah. And I did that at all the festivals I went to last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have room to use up some more stash, for sure.
I definitely do. And I got fabric for 3 different things as well. And everything I bought with intent. Like, I bought because it's going to be this thing. Otherwise, it would have been a bunch of random stuff. And there was a lot more fabric in that store that I wanted than what I bought. But
we will go back.
There's only so much room in the suitcase. Yeah, plus, we definitely want to go back because there's lots of other places in Scotland we want to see.
Yeah.
And,
And we didn't really get to spend much time in Glasgow. It was, like, sleeting when we were there, so.
The whole week. I mean, from what we understand of Scotland, the weather's always fitful. But it was still pretty chilly when we were there. So, like, when we were in the castle, it would be kind of rainy one minute, and then there would be sleet, and then there would be super wind, and then it was sunshine. So, but the city itself is beautiful.
It was. It was a nice trip overall, and we had lots of fun.
Yeah.
We got to meet some great people at the knit night, too.
What else?
I think that's really it. So we will we'll do a fill along. Do we know what it's going to be?
We don't yet. Laura
I'd
and I
like
have
to
talk
make
about it.
The dryer balls. You know what I'm talking about? Like those.
Yeah. I don't remember how they're. I mean, I know you wind and wind and wind, and then you wind, and then you wind, and then you wind, and then you wind.
Yeah, I think you can put fleece in the middle.
Yeah. I'll have to look it up, and then we'll figure out what day, but it'll be sometime next week. And then, or maybe this coming. No, because this weekend will be the last Sunday, I think.
Nope.
Of March.
No.
Is it?
It's only the 20th. Today's the 20th.
I meant
right?
the next.
The following. Yeah.
Not this weekend, yeah.
No,
sorry.
the following one will be.
Yeah.
It'll be the 29th.
So maybe we'll try to do something Friday night, and then Sunday for...
we're cutting down on our time together, too.
Yeah.
So, we'll try to, like, record and do the Patreon on the same night.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to expose... Although, neither of us are really going anyplace.
Yeah, and if either one of us had anything contagious, the other would have it by this point, so... yeah, I think that's it. Like we said in the beginning, you know, stay safe as much as you possibly can.
Wash your hands.
Do social distancing.
Don't touch your face.
Yeah, that's the hardest. Don't touch your face.
Don't hoard stuff that other people need.
Yeah, that's true. I do not understand the toilet paper thing. Like, I got home from Scotland and, like, we're on our last pack of... I mean, we normally do, like, an like a subscription delivery, but, of course, that's out of stock. So, you know, we're not going to get that. And I'm like, no, I just legitimately need a pack of toilet. I just need a pack. Like, and I just get one? No, they're all gone everywhere. So, anyway. Please don't send me toilet paper. I think that's it. You guys have a lovely, safe weekend.
Yep. Support your local businesses.
Yes, wherever possible.
And we'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Bye y'all.